Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series. Today we are Bristol for the final race of the round of 16 where we got to get ourselves out of a hole, but we're already digging ourselves further in by spinning out and hitting the outside wall here in qualifying. Oh, it's just a terrible start to the weekend already for us here today, as we will come across the line to qualify in P last. So with a race where we are starting in a hole in the points, -7 out, we need to get all the way through the field to find ourselves up in the mix to get stage points and to get a good finish and to hopefully get through to the next round. Here's a reminder of what the points look like. So the 4 and 1 have advanced with wins. Hamlin, Busch, and Logano are safe on points pretty much. But then you got Elliott, DiBenedetto, Truex Jr. with comfortable leads, and then Larson, Keselowski, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Newman have a small advantage over the guys in the cut line. So it is going to be interesting to see who makes it through today, as Ryan Newman actually qualifies on pole for today's race. So it is going to be a very good start for that 6 car. We'll see what he can do, if he can get a lot of stage points to get himself further away from that cut line. Obviously something we don't want to see here, as we are green flag racing here for the Bristol NRA night race here. Hopefully we can go and get ourselves up into the mix and get past these guys at the back, but it is going to take a lot of patience and a lot of good decisions and level-headed moves for us to make it up there without trashing the car or trashing anybody else. It is urgent that we get stage points and as many points as we can, obviously, but we obviously need to be sensible in the way we do it. But as you can see here, battling BJ McLeod, the car in front of us, Michael McDowell, who has been our rival for the better part of over a year now, is no longer a rival. We finally got rid of Michael McDowell as a rival. We didn't run into him for, what, 5 consecutive races it has to be. So that's one less rival to worry about here at Bristol, which is fantastic. A perfect track for us to have one less rival. Of course, Stenhouse is still our rival though, but I was here forward a few laps here onto lap 10. We got past that little group there, and now we hunted down Alex Bowman and Timmy Hill in the 66, almost into the back of Timmy Hill. But now we look to the outside and almost getting into the wall, have to bail off the gas there, as now we still hang high on Timmy Hill here. And off the corner, we're going to get a nice little run to get past him going into 3 and 4 here. As up ahead of us, we see Kyle Larson, one of those guys who was only 15 points above the cut line coming into today's race, and getting to the back of him a little bit, he slides, but we ultimately save it, the both of us. But he and Alex Bowman, 2 of the Hendrick cars here, are not really showing much pace at all. Of course, Bowman missed the playoffs because of all the different winners and didn't end up winning. And then, of course, Kyle Larson, he got into the playoffs without a win. But now here he is in danger because he's not performing too well. He's actually going backwards, whereas we're going forward, so we have more of a chance to maybe turn this around for us. But the more Kyle Larson goes back, the better it is for us and other drivers below the cut line, such as Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, and Suarez. But Suarez in that position where he needs to win right now, as Ryan Newman has taken the final lap of stage 1 here. He has been out front since the start of this race, and he has dominated so far as he wins stage 1 here at Bristol. Ryan Newman gets himself 10 stage points here, which is going to be crucial for him to make it through to the next round, as we of course get no stage points here. So there is your drivers in the top 10. Ryan Newman winning the stage along with MTJ. Austin Cindric ended up getting good points as well, which is not what we want to see. And this is how the playoff grid has been affected. Now we sit -17 with Austin Dillon -14. And then you see Newman, Keselowski +14, Larson +15, and Cindric +16. The rest of those guys ahead of them are pretty much safe now, I'd like to think. So it's going to be a very uphill battle here. We have to get stage points here in stage 2. We have to, because if we don't, it's going to be too much of a gap, I think, to run down those other guys as we go back green flag racing for stage 2 here at the Bristol NRA night race. And already we look to the outside of Daniel Suarez here, getting past that 99 Trackhouse Chevrolet, who's had a very nice season. They can't really complain too much. A new team to the Cup Series, got into the playoffs with a surprise overtime finish win at Richmond earlier this season, and they have made the most out of their season so far, I'd like to say. Of course, have done quite a lot better than the 23-11 car of Bubba Wallace, who has struggled and did not make the playoffs and did not get a win, as we make a little bit of contact with Austin Dillon coming up off the corner, but thankfully we keep going in the right direction. Of course, we just ran out of room a little bit there coming up off the corner, but now we get past Bubba Wallace in that 23-11 DoorDash car, and Austin Dillon gets into our left rear coming up off the corner to pay us back a little bit for squeezing him into the wall here, as now we skip forward here into this group. I get into the back of William Byron. He saves it, but now he's going to go sliding up to the track into Kurt Busch, and now I get into the back of Kurt Busch, and he slides off the corner. He saves it. I decide to send it in 3 wide, which is a stupid error on my part. I loop the car, get a little bit of contact from Cole Custer, and is the caution going to come out? Now it does. After we lose a lot of positions and we turn around Ty Dillon. Down into 30th here. Everyone's going to come to pit road here, but I was like, stage points are really important. So I stayed out. This is going to be a call that could either make us get into the next round or kill all our chances of getting into the next round of the playoffs here. Green flag racing with 3 laps to go here in stage 2. And we get clear of Chase Briscoe quickly, which is what we wanted. And now we can play the lines a little bit here. Of course, we want to keep the low line here, though. If we keep that inside lane, we are not going to allow people to train us on that outside. Of course, our car is miles slower than the other guys, but if we could just keep blocking that inside lane, we should not lose too many spots here, as Chase Briscoe inevitably gets past us on the outside with fresh 4 tyres there. Our teammate of Eric Jones in the 44 gets past us as well into second. And now here we are with Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski behind us. Austin Dillon's going to get to our outside here. I realize that's going to be very important because Austin Dillon's just ahead of us, so I send it up his inside, make a little bit of contact, but we do get past him here. But at the line, Keselowski just gets us, so we end up 4th here, but a successful gamble, 7 stage points, is going to be crucial here. Austin Dillon as well getting himself 6 stage points as well, so here we have to go and make a pit stop here, repair our damage, and we're going to get sent all the way to the back here. We're going to make a grill tape adjustment as well, and there we go. Back into 35th position here, right up next to Anthony Alfredo. And hopefully we can now use the stage points to our advantage and hopefully get all that track position back in the next 30 laps. We'll see if we can do it here. Will we make the next round of the playoffs? We'll have to find out, as we were already sending it through the inside of Joe Gates, 3 wide. Ooh, almost ran out of real estate there as we come up off the corner, but now to the inside of AJ Allmendinger in that 36 car. We do get past him there, as now we come to the back of Quinn Houth. I just send it up the inside there using a bit of the apron. Somehow we didn't spin out both times there when we hit the apron, which is I'm very thankful, because I was pretty much just throwing away my chances there. But we do get past Quinn Houth, and now to the inside of Tim. Here we go, and oh, that's lesson learned. That little slip there told me I need to really relax. But here is the updated, sorry, I should say, points standings after those stage points. -8 for Austin Dillon, -10 for us, -20 for Custer. Only +8 for Ryan Newman, +9 for Larson, and +10 for Cindric. Keselowski at 16, so the rest of them are safe, I'd like to say. But it's going to be a battle here coming to the end of this race. We'll see who can get up to the front, who is going to drop back. It is going to be absolutely mental here as we come up off the corner. Now we have to look to the inside of our rival, Stenhouse Jr. He just door checks us there, and we go spinning. I sent it into the corner, and of course Stenhouse, being a rival, did not give me any room. And that is yet another caution. That is not going to help us, because although we did have a little bit fresher tires, the less laps we have is not going to help. But then again, it bunches up the field again, so it's a contrasting sort of atmosphere here at Bristol here, as now we go to the restart. We look to the inside of Timmy Hill, instantly getting past him and Quinn Houth, and I hit the back of Stenhouse really hard there, doing a little bit of damage to my car. But I was not happy with the 47, so I just made multiple contact with his back bumper there, really showing my displeasure of course, losing my cool a little bit, which is not what we want to be doing when we're trying to race for the bigger picture here, but obviously I do not want to get into the 34 and make him a rival again, so I get past him, and thankfully he is not a rival. That helped us out so much. Just look how easy it was to get by him compared to Stenhouse. So he almost hit the wall coming up off the corner. The 47 is going to shove us into the corner. He gets himself sideways, and that'll be done with him. We got past that little group ahead of us there, which contained Austin Cindric in there and Kyle Larson. So they fall back. We move forward here, as now we are up into P15, looking to get to the back bumper of Eric Almirola. Now to the outside of that 10 car here, and we are going to make that pass look pretty darn easy. These couple lap fresh tyres really helped as we got past Blaney as well to get into P12, and now we caught up to Austin Dillon and Cole Custer, two guys below the cut line with myself, and we do get past the 3 car with a little bit of contact. Of course, we weren't too happy with him from earlier. And now we go to the outside of Cole Custer, making it look easy as we're starting to see a group of cars up ahead. We might be able to survive if we keep getting these positions here as we go to the outside of Chris Buescher. Now coming up off the corner, we make slight contact. It gets into my left rear. I'm going sliding, and we hit again, and we're into the outside wall. Very light contact, and the caution is out here at Bristol. Oh my, that caution may have just saved us there, because in P12 now, but we have a restart where everyone's bunched up for the next two laps, of this race. It's not overtime, but it is going to be 2 laps to go. It's going to be green, white, checkered, and we're going to have to make all the positions we can if we want to make it into the next round. And here we go to the outside line, getting past Briscoe and Buescher and Dillon. And now we go to the outside of Cole Custer, trying to make that outside line work. We get to the outside of De Benedetto. And now to the outside of our teammate of Eric Jones, as now Hamlin blocks our line. We make a little bit of contact with his rear bumper, but now we look to the inside. Now fighting Danny Hamlin. Here we are into P6 now. So we look to the inside of Eric Jones. We get into P5. Chase Elliott's going to win here at Bristol. Newman gets 4th. We get 5th. And we are through to the next round by 3 points. And there you have it. There are the points standings. All those drivers up ahead with a safe cushion as Newman gets plus 14. We are up plus 3. Austin Dillon gets through with 1 point over Austin Cindric, as Cindric, Larson, Custer, and Suarez find themselves eliminated from the round of 16. The playoffs is over for those drivers, as we went through the wars today here at Bristol, but no matter how many times we messed up and sent ourselves backwards, we always use that to move forwards here. As we finish 5th, that is enough for us to get into the next round here. As we look through the finishing results, Cindric with a P20 is not enough for him to stay in the playoffs. Larson down in P26. That will send him out of the playoffs here at Bristol. As we go through, there is quite a few drivers that actually finished a lap down, but there we have it. You've advanced to the round of 12. Oh boy, AJ Smith has made it through to the next round by 3 points. Wow, that was absolutely crazy. And now here is your updated grid going into the next round. So we got Hamlin, Busch, Harvick, Logano, Elliott, Kurt Busch, and then Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr., and then the drivers below the cut line, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, AJ Smith, and Matt DiBenedetto. And that will do it all for today's race here at Bristol. It was an absolute crazy affair to end the round of 16. The playoffs have been hectic so far, and I'm sure going into the next round with Las Vegas, Talladega, and Kansas, it is going to get even crazier here. So we'll see if we can make it through to the round of 8. I want to thank you guys all for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all at Vegas.